You know,
Just, I say if we able to go out 1 or 2 more times before you get yours at the line, that'd be awesome.
just messing up.
Nah, it's good, brother. Yeah, niggas do that thing where they say, flip the phone.
Is it horizontal now? I think I turned it on too.
No, I think it has to like back out of it. That's what you do sideways.
Oh, okay, okay.
The device is wicked. What's your phone?
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Right back out here again on these highways and hedges. Another opportunity to give diligence to make our call and election sure. And before we get started, don't face it. Give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem. That belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule well, teach well, teaching his truth in his entirety. Shalom to all the rest of the brothers pushing this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. True faith and sincerity. It's your brother Kalab, also go by Hope, Grace, and Mercy.
Brother La Havana.
And like we always do at this time before we get started, we're going to bring out a couple of articles, together none from the end time headlines, just a snippet of things that's going on here in Babylon the Great and all throughout the four corners of the earth. But lately it's been going down in Babylon the Great. And, everybody know about what's going on with the guy Kirk being on live TV. And you know that if Esau will allow that, if Esau will allow one of his own, you know what I'm saying, to be unalived on live tech TV, just imagine what they finna do with Jake. Just imagine how they finna get down on Yasharala, man. And the stage is set because instead of the National Guard being deployed in Chicago,
I saw they got turned back.
they going to Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. And another article, all this is entwines with each other. On the, I think it was Good Morning America. It said, you see the mental health crisis happening. All right, and they were going in on, it was Fox Supreme. do.
Okay. Concerning the homeless.
Concerning the homeless or concerning anybody who don't want to go for the help of Babylon the Great. Because, you know, they pushing it like, and this Jake gonna say, and all the people we talk to in Chicago say they want the government, they want the military there. You know, but as you know, they on the script, they not speaking out of their free will or nothing like that. Yeah, I'll show you a pimp. Yeah, the Edomite said, they can just kill them. Like, damn. You know, like you just gotta see it, man. 'Cause it blow your mind how these Edomites is about to get down out here, man. But you know, like it's all over the news with Charlie Kirk getting on the live on national TV. They say it was a sniper that did it. You know, they got all kinds of other little scenarios that they got people pointing at things. But who knows?
Yeah, you saw a white man, you know, crying out, weeping bitterly, ready to crash out.
Yep.
Seeing that video, they was chanting like,
Fight back, white man.
yeah, fight back, white man, fight back. You might say, we all fighting against yourselves.
Right. Because you know that shooting happened at a all-white college.
Man, you saw a all white state down there.
But they already HBCU.
Yup.
You know, I'm loving it. I'm here for all of them, man. You know, only thing that I don't want it to do is die down.
Yeah, don't get it twisted, you're not complaining.
But we not complaining.
Yeah, I've been clapping my hands all week.
Yeah, and I think Trump is doing a hell of a job and all.
I went to Walmart and grabbed a couple things. I see them tariffs effect. Like I was in the utensil section, bro, a pizza cutter, $13.
Dang.
You know, you get the pack of like the measuring cups, $19. You know, you might get like a turkey baster.
Yeah.
That mug was $11. I'm like, yeah.
I bought me and the brother 3 green teas, and I said no ice in 2 of them. It was about this much green tea in there, $18. So yeah, we in that time. So why do y'all buy some y'all shot?
Yeah, I've been clapping and thanking the Lord all week. This too, my mom texted me, ICE. They partnering up with I sent you that. They partnered with North Texas, Denton County. They about to get active out this way.
They had a hiring thing, Salaki, in Arlington.
They did. They said I thought they said they had over 100,000 people apply.
100,000 applications
Just for North Texas.
just for North Texas.
ICE, over 100,000 applications. Hey man, I just thank the Lord they clapped. And went back to sleep. Hopefully they don't take too long for hiring.
Look, it says left-wing politicians refuse to take part in the minute silence of Charlie Kirk in European Parliament. Hey man, the world is getting whipped with this devil, man. Like, you know, screw him. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they go, they rape unalive and rob. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they go, wherever they've been all throughout the 4 corners of the earth, they either did all that damage then, or they doing it now. That's why when I started learning more about how those certain countries keep the Europeans up out of their country, man, all these years, those African countries been sending 80% of their country's profits to France. We're talking like 6 or 7 countries sending 80% of their not saying all together 80% from this country, 80% from this country. That's why people always wonder, was always like Africa is a poor country. Africa is a real rich country. But, you know, before they knew what was going on, you know what I'm saying, the devil came in there, had them under a contract.
Yeah.
That's why with Faso, all them, everybody, get your ass up out of here, nigga. And they say that if Nigeria follow those same protocols that the other African countries, nations doing, they say that France would go under. Like, it wouldn't be nothing else left for them to do. Because all these years, like Paris and places like that, them places are thriving because of Africa, man.
And really, the real poor country will really be a poor continent, which is not really a continent, will really be
that could be linked to his murder, Kirk 31 was gunned down. Hey man, they gotta cover up a lot of stuff, man. This internet, hey man, catch your ass in a line in a chip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got anything you wanna bring up? Alright, so it says murder a Ukrainian. It says murder a Ukrainian immigrant on the train in Charleston last month. Of a Ukrainian immigrant. Man, that was so fake. You seen that video?
I seen it.
Bro, that video was so fake. He went like, and she got off the train. She kind of like just fell over. And then she fell down in the seat where you couldn't see her. And then all of a sudden, she fell out the seat. Wasn't no blood running. She just fell out the seat and there was blood in the seat like she was on her menstrual cycle. So then she fell to the ground and all of a sudden out of nowhere blood splattered. The bro was so fake, man.
I seen it a little bit. I didn't really know what was going on because I saw the beginning of it. I didn't see no blood. I'm like, where the blood at?
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, when she lay on the ground, it just gushed out everywhere. Then when it gushed out, it stayed still. It didn't run down or nothing.
Ketchup pushed out.
Right.
Yeah, and Trump trying to paint that picture that we pretty much call them in America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, this monster, the Ukrainian girl.
Yeah.
Seen that video Yashawama shared? The Edomite chick, I think her name like Lydia or something. I sent it.
She was sitting down?
Head down this talking mad hate. They need to separate from it. They need to be more racist. These monsters.
Y'all about from y'all shop right the top.
So yeah, it's going down out here. Well, I was saying it was really going down everywhere. I don't know where Nepal at, but they out there tripping.
Oh yeah.
And I think I started the lesson. The earth kept it short. It's a judgment. Pretty much, in summary, people can't see we at the end because things are still functioning as normal. But that's the point. Because the Lord wants something to destroy. People think when the Lord comes back, and ain't gonna be nothing here.
Right.
What would be the point of him coming back? You know, to bring his thing. So the earth is being kept stored, being in reserve until the day of judgment. But also too, while the earth is being kept in storage, there are a bunch of changes happening. Now there's a lot of changes going on with the people mental. Brothers speak about mental health, that's the crime. Not just in America, but worldwide. Even the decline in mental health, that's a part of prophecy. We don't show that before the destruction, the mental health of the people would decline. The quality of life for the people, that would decline before the destruction. But people would never together. So, you know, to the misery and the suffering that everybody's going through, hey, there's an end to it. There's going to be for that your life.
first precept is coming from the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, starting at verse 3. This is in the NLT, and it reads, most importantly, I want to remind you that in the last days, scoffers will come, mocking the truth and following their own desires. They will say, what happened to the promise of Yahweh Shai Mashiach is coming again. From before the times of our ancestors, everything has remained the same since the world was first created.
People say, we thought you said the world was going to end. We thought the Lord was coming back, this or that. And the basis of that statement is because they feel like, the world is the same as it was yesterday. Right. The world is the same as it was generations before us. It's true, but at the same time, it ain't true. Yeah, things are still functioning. Things are advancing, but the Lord is working things, behind the curtain. They usually put it that way.
And for those who think that the world, that we like feeling like the world hasn't changed since it's been created, then ain't it proof that the so-called white man hates your guts? Why would you think he gonna change then? The world has stayed the same since it created. The hatred that he has always shown you. Why you think that the world needs more love if it ain't changed since it was created?
Yeah, the world ain't changed, but the white people not bad no more.
Right. They the only thing that changed, but the world stayed the same.
Yeah. So in the physical sense, the day-to-day, the functions of America, it's still here, but the world is changing. So to say, things are the same, it would really be the incorrect thing to say.
Still in the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, jumping down to verse 5. We're reading on in verse 45. They deliberately forgot that Yahweh thy power made the heavens long ago by the word of his command. And he brought the earth out of the water and surrounded it with water. Then he used the water to destroy the ancient world with a mighty flood. And by the same word, the present heaven and earth have been stored up for fire. They are being kept for the day of judgment, when ungodly people will be destroyed.
So people say things are the same as it has been the days before us. Forget the fact that the Lord destroyed the earth before. Now look where it's at today. Well, the Lord flooded the earth. The earth had all kinds of civilizations and functions and day-to-day things going on back then. So they can say, burying, eating and drinking and giving in the marriage so that they don't enter into the heart. But when the Lord brings the destruction, he wants things to be sort of functioning as normal. But that's going to be the same for the coming of the outside.
By the same word are kept in store.
So the word of the Lord is keeping this place in store.
Reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
So the Lord, by command, is keeping up, the function, the day-to-day for the fire. So there needs to be a civilization in store to fuel the fire. And so things are wrapped in the Lord.
What would it be if they already killed it?
Yeah.
So it's already on fire. Right, next precept is coming from the book of James, chapter 5.
But yeah, the earth that you see now is kept in store. So we're going to go to the definition of kept in store. We're going to look at it in the Greek. There's G2343. So kept in store, it says to gather and lay up, to heap up, to store up. Right under that, it says to accumulate riches. So people will be accumulating riches in the last days because people think they're able to accumulate riches, they're able to stock and store up in so-called progressive life. They think they're in a good case.
Right.
We must not be at the end yet. If I can stock up on this, if I can stock up on riches, etc.
Right. And a lot of people measure the times we in, why things can't be what they are, because they still see buildings getting built. They still see big construction deals going down.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember I always thought about how I was riding with my rib and her sister, and major things was going on all throughout the Four Corners. And I heard her say, I can't wait to see what this place looks like 5 years from now. I'm like, I hope this place ain't real 5 years from now.
Yeah, they're going to be building whenever the nuclear destruction happens. It's going to be construction going on.
They didn't, like Spencer said, drinking, being married, getting married. You know what I'm saying? Some people gonna be still living their life like it's gold. You know?
That's amazing. Hey, that's the spirit. Like, accumulate riches. That was a Rolls Royce, right?
Rolls Royce Phantom.
Rolls Royce Phantom. That's a $300,000 car.
Try to preach the gospel to the person driving that car.
Right. Because a person can go buy a Phantom or they see a Phantom, they think, oh, we must not be at the end yet. No, in the end, there will be rich if people accumulate riches. Yeah, that's right.
I was trying to get some of the definition.
I'll get hot. Oh, I see all jumbled up. Man, these devices wicked. See, these devices work good when you're doing something you ain't supposed to do on them.
Right.
They work flawlessly. Phone to be on 1% forever. We try to
Do something beneficial.
yeah, edifying, beneficial.
Phone go from 85% to 22.
Yeah, the
Hey, y'all,
text.
you got the charger.
Right. Text start popping up in Chinese.
Yep. This is the book. Read on. Next precept is coming from the book of James, chapter 5, starting at verse 1. And it reads, Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is tainted, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days.
Look at that. We heap the treasure together for the last days. That's concerning the rich. Now, that would be the wicked elite. The people who run everything. In the NLT, it says, this treasure you have accumulated will stand as evidence against you on the day of judgment. So pretty much in the last days, there will be people getting rich, accumulating riches.
Yep.
But again, because somebody may see something of value or possess something of high value, they would think they would be in a good case. That's something we'll get into. Second Ezra 16:21.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good and cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine and great confusion.
See that? People think themselves to be in a good case because victuals is a cheap. And you know, victuals is cool, but you know, it applies to everything else. Now, because people can get food, they can still buy Jordans, they can still buy a sundress, they can still buy a facial.
They still think they got time.
Yep, they think they're in a good case. Hey, but what it say? It said Eve was growing the earth. So yeah,
Before we got started, Fresh Live, we had an Edomite, could be look like an Edomite, so-called Edomite. She walked by and wanted to just ask us a couple of questions. And she say she agreed and believed that, you know, it's gonna Babylon the Great is wicked. You know what I'm saying? It's all kinds of things gonna go down in the earth. She believed that it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, the nuclear missiles gonna be shot off to this place. So, you know, mostly, you know, the Edomites come up giving their vain opinion, but at this time we have to say that that sister, I mean, the Edomite, you know what I'm saying, she pretty much was on point, you know what I'm saying, as far as with agreeing on what the scriptures say.
yep.
My brother told her to read Revelation 18.
Yeah, you said the NLT. I ain't never read it in the NLT. I'm gonna check that out.
Did you want me to get 22 also or just 20?
Whoever you think should go along.
Yeah, let's try that. Read on verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and others that escape by hunger shall the sword destroy.
And see, let's get Revelation 18. Let's experience 8 real quick. But see, that's how it's gonna happen. And victory's gonna be so good, cheap upon the earth. People gonna think themselves to be in a good case. But right after, they said people gonna perish for the sword of famine. So something gotta happen. Yeah, 18 and 8. Okay, bro. So something gonna happen for victory being so cheap upon the earth. Suddenly, the sword and the famine destroying people.
Right.
But let's see what Revelation 8 says.
All right, Revelation chapter 18 and verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly destroyed.
See, that's
Making this stuff to be in a good place in their car, huh?
see, that's how you know we have to get into it. You about to get into it. You about to get into it.
Yeah. He was at Moab. Ooh, knocked off a piece of his car. Yeah. We at the end of this thing, man. The signs all around us. So why do y'all about to get me out of shot? All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
And see that?
No, you got it.
See, it said her plague shall come in one day.
Yep.
So victory be so cheap upon the earth. People buying phantoms, food, sundresses, Jordans, happy hour. Think themselves to be in a good case. What in verse 22? It said they're gonna perish a famine and sword.
One day it's gonna change.
So yeah, it said the plague's gonna come in one day. So that's the missing link. So the Lord wants this place to be functioning kind of as normal.
Right.
So the plagues will come. Because what's the point of the plagues if everybody already doing bad anyway? The point of the plagues is to change your situation. Like with ancient Egypt.
Get your attention.
Yep. Oh, they said it. You know what I'm saying? They will be mindful of the story. Like ancient Egypt. Like they was flies before the plagues came. So, but ultimately, you know, the plagues gonna come. But ultimately, the ultimate plague is gonna be that lake of fire. It's gonna be, this place is gonna be fuel for the fire. So yeah, the earth is.
Egypt was thriving and felt like it couldn't be touched.
Yeah, ancient Egypt was better than this one.
Yep.
This one may have more advanced technology, but look at the quality of food you eat. Look at the quality of women.
Yep.
You see a woman, you might think she got a perfect body. Turn out it's a trend.
Back in the days, times of old, an apple probably could last you all day.
And I heard the brother Tuju say like the nutritional value of an apple,
Like 4 times.
I heard 6 to 40. Just going back to the 60s. Like 20 apples, 6 to 20 apples equals 1 apple back then. Just imagine how much more potent they was back in Egypt. Yeah, you know the food had to be good.
Cucumbers in the middle.
With the garlic.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say the same thing to use the garlic. With the cantaloupe.
Right, so you finish it out.
Yeah.
Right. So reading on, I'm gonna get it. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 8. Therefore shall the plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh thy power, who judgeth her.
So the plagues will come in one day. Strong is Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Sai, who judgeth her. But people don't think that this place can be turned upside down overnight. That's why I say the plagues will come in one day. That's why I say strong is the Lord, who judgeth her. Because, you know, without the Lord's hand being involved, it probably would take this place, you know, a long time to go upside down.
Right.
But with the Lord's hand involved, the Lord can flip this place upside down overnight. So that's why it's going to go. Victims being so cheap upon the earth, people thinking they're in a good case. To the next day, people perishing by the famine and the sword. And then we see how the Lord can make that play out. Nationwide blackout. Nationwide cyber attacks. So yeah, we see how it can play out now. Peter 3 and 7 again. KJV.
KJV.
Yeah, we're gonna go to another word than that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just get this word real quick. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, 2 Peter 3 and 7, when it says the earth now, it is as it is now. Kept in store. Put it to one aspect of that phrase, kept in store. Pretty much goes into people heaping up, stocking up, riches, treasures. It said reserved until the day of fire. So in this word kept in store, it says reserved. So we go to this word reserved. When you go to similar words, it says to set aside, to save, to hold, to keep in reserve, to retain, to preserve. So the things are happening now, but ultimately the Lord is going to reserve or preserve this place or save it for the fire. So, you know, the plagues, you know, the sword, famine, pestilence, it's not going to be all the way like I Am Legend. You know, nobody loves it.
Right.
City's completely destroyed. No, there's going to be a lot of people left here at the end. And it's going to be fortunate cities, states, smart cities. Because ultimately the Lord has saved this place for the fire. That's why it is the earth kept in store, reserved to the day of fire.
With all the things that the Lord is about to do to this place, the number one thing that I can't wait to see is to see the cry of the confounded, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait till these devils put in check, man. When the world saves, man. All the things that's happening right now, it can't be none but y'all about to y'all inside. You can't be in the truth believing in coincidence. Because that devil had just said, Charlie Kirk had just said that a couple of weeks back, he thinks that we should bring back public execution for certain people. 2 weeks later, wow, right to the neck. You know, like, yeah, you're right. You should bring it back. I think you start with two. Yeah.
And then, you know, you giving falsified information that we commit most of the gun violence in America.
Right.
And then look how he failed. Gun violence with a fellow Edomite.
Right on white crime.
Yep.
Those white thugs.
Yeah, they the real thugs.
Yeah. That's what I be saying. When I be in the grocery store, Right. And I seen another video, a brother on Instagram said that we not as evil as white people because, while we, clapping and celebrating that Edomite and getting judged on live TV, he said behind closed doors, you better hope that it stays on social media because while you clapping and celebrating this Edomite being put to death, being unalived, these Edomites getting round up. You know what I'm saying? They gonna take it from Instagram to the street. You know what I'm saying? And we want that. We want all that. We want all that smoke. So why do y'all buy some y'all shot for the times we living in, for this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? Because having this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding right now, in these days, is for me to succeed, a good job, a nice car, money in the bank, like all that, man. Because all that stuff is an advantage. You get a lump sum of money, ain't nothing wrong with having nice things. If you go make a purchase, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But don't make that your God. Don't live for that kind of stuff, man. Like all this stuff is just an advantage overnight. And one day, like the scripture say, and one day, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff gonna be turned upside down. You think that Cybertruck is gonna be popping? You know what I'm saying? When ain't no food in the grocery store.
Yeah.
The only thing that a Cybertruck could be good for is let's ride to the next location. Or let's go get somebody something so we can eat tonight. Other than that, man, all this stuff is Babylon is vanity, man.
That Cybertruck will be fueled with a fire.
Right.
Because they excellent at burning.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, that thing ain't gonna run in that day.
Not in the cyber
You
attack.
better not try to jump out and try to charge, sit in one place for 45 minutes. You done. They're gonna take care of you and in 45 minutes drive off you. You get that word?
Yep.
Okay. Let me just put the Peter 3 and 7 again. Alright, this is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
We went into one aspect of being kept in store. Things will be functioning as normal to a certain degree. People keeping up treasures, stacking up riches, working, making so-called progress, to a certain degree. But now we're going to cover the other aspect of the earth being kept in store. So, to the phrase kept in store, again, Jude 23:24. You got to accumulate riches. You got that the Lord is reserving this place for the fire. Definition for this phrase kept in store, and I thought this is pretty heavy. It says metaphor. It says so to live from day to day as to increase either the bitterness or the happiness of one's life. So people living day to day, but guess what? They increase in bitterness, and we see that. Mention that to the people, that's declining. The quality of life for the people, that's declining as well. So for this word kept in store, again it says the metaphor for people living day to day as to increase either in bitterness or happiness. And there's a saying, the rich getting richer, so they're increasing the happiness, everybody else is getting more poor. So that's an increase in the bitterness. So yeah, things are functioning as normal. Rituals are so cheap upon the earth. So somebody to say, well, everything is the same as it was before us. Well, that's true, but what about the quality of life? What about your mental health?
Right.
What about your stress level? The Bible says your stress will increase, quality of life will decrease, all at the end. And we see that happening. More and more people crashing out on the internet. More and more women going homeless, living out of their bed. You see that now they're living out of a storage unit.
Yeah, you see that Eve who hit that Mike's car and tried to keep going. She jumped out of her car. It happened this week with a gun. They was recording her, and she had the gun. I'm like, I don't play with nobody. And was like, you need to get back in your car. She put the gun in his face. He moved it. Knocked out. Cold. Sleep on the side of her car.
She got knocked out with a pistol?
No. They with a pistol in her hand. He knocked out through the gun. The guy that was recording, took the clip out and threw it to the ground. Yeah, somebody sleep. He stuck it like sleep on the side of the road.
Yeah, I do a lesson on that. See? Woman king, this female warrior type spirit, which is the front. Right. Not all American putting on, and that's all fake. Brother saying a woman had a loaded gun, still got knocked out by a man. By an Edomite at that. By the weakest man in the earth.
He was at bay for a little while, but when she put it in his face, the little Jackie Chan went,
so she had the gun to his face and still got knocked out. That should be a lesson for all women. Yep. So that act that y'all putting on, all that, the gymnast stuff, taking jujitsu classes, it's cool to have a hobby. That ain't gonna work for you though. But yeah, again, that phrase kept in store. It said to live day to day with the increase in bitterness. We see that's happening throughout the earth, but especially here in America. So yeah, to say, you said the earth was gonna, the end of the world was coming, the world was gonna come back, everything got in its support. Well, not really. Evils are increasing.
Bitterness is decreasing.
Right. So our things are the same. Stress level increasing, that's all part of prophecy. That's what happened before the nuclear destruction.
I want to bring out this precept about that Eve that got knocked out while she had a gun in her hand. It's the book of Psalms chapter 44 verse 6. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
The sword didn't save her that day.
Sword didn't save her that day. And more than likely she went to jail too. You know what I'm saying? Because and the gun went off. When he knocked it out of her hand, they fought and wrestled with it. It went off. That's when he put her to sleep. So they probably threw her under the jail for that too, though.
Yeah. See that? And it ain't just ain't gonna fight for women, it's gonna fight for men too.
Oh yeah.
Gun ain't gonna save you.
It's gonna be worse for women because guess what? When they see the men balled up in the fetal position, screaming and crying, what you think gonna happen to the wife and kids? You know what I'm saying? These people about to lose it, man. Like, there's gonna be a new term in that day for losing, man.
Yeah.
Crashing out, all them terms, there's gonna be a term over that.
Oh, yep, it is.
You know what I'm saying? It might just be the term, it's happening again. It's happening again. Every time you see something crazy out of the ordinary, it's happening again. And I can see how about you outside, put the spirit on brothers, the true believers, to be laughing in this time. Because here, y'all about to me outside have been telling y'all all this time, and as we started to listen out, they believe that the world hasn't changed since it was created. And guess what? Y'all about to me outside been shaking their heads at this place the whole time too. So when it finally go down, I don't want to hear nobody say, I didn't know her. What I do? You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to do at this point? Hey, man, I can see why y'all about to me outside can put that spirit for brothers to be laughing in them days, man.
And I just thought about it too. People say the world hasn't changed. It's the same as our parents and grandparents. Well, it's the same level, many shall wax cold.
Yeah.
Those are all kind of changes in the earth. Evil increasing, love for many waxing cold. Your bitterness increasing, stress levels increasing, quality of life is increasing. That all means we at the end. That's what it means. People say, why all of this all of a sudden? Why so much harder now? Why can't Generation Z work hard, had a success like our parents and grandparents? But the skip all of the BS is because we at the end. sadness. It says trauma, pain, agony, grief, upset, heartbreak, unhappiness, a misery, sadness, distress, unpleasantness.
I got one. It says bitterness leads to wrath, which is the explosion. Bitterness leads to wrath, which is the explosion on the outside of the feeling on the inside. Yeah, that bitterness gonna end in wrath from y'all about to see outside.
Yeah, that bitterness, the love for many wax cold, people being stressed out. That's gonna increase the soul. That's gonna increase the murder rate. But yeah, grief, agony, unpleasantness, unhappiness, upset, sadness, grieving, despair. That describes the mindsets of the people. Everybody going through it. Everybody going through something. Everybody catching air. Bitterness, a key word that stuck out, it says unpleasant, or to be unpleasant. The scripture spoke about days being unpleasant before the destruction. We about to show that. So everything being hard, people being stressed out, that means that nuclear destruction is that much closer.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes. I'm not bad. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 1. And it reads, this is in the NLT. Don't let the excitement of youth cause you to forget your Creator. Honor Him in your youth before you grow old and say, life is not pleasant anymore.
And see that? Ain't we in the days where life is not pleasant anymore? People can't keep up with the bills. They can't keep food on the table.
Can't live your best life like you did 2 years ago.
You know, you work 2 or 3 jobs, still ain't got enough. You in the KJV.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Let's see how it's worded in the KJV. It's going to add a little more to it. Remember the Lord before the days that life isn't pleasant anymore. Right. So we're going to get this in the KJV.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1.
Hey, boy, I almost cussed. I was about to say F Jesus.
All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
See that? While the evil days come not. What's the evil days? That's the last days. Now let's see how life will be in the last days.
Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
When life is no longer pleasant. For the simple fact, life is no longer pleasant. That proves that we're in the last days. But again, YouTube will be so cheap upon the earth. People can still buy this, buy that. They can still do this and do that. They think they're the good case. But what about your mental health?
That report was too many distractions.
See, yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, think about your mental health when TikTok got a new dance out, or the Jordans, you know, still affordable. You know what I'm saying? What new rap out? I don't know. Dropped a new CD up. Oh, NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say he the Michael Jackson of this era. You know what I'm saying? I can care less about Michael Jackson also. But what I'm saying is like it's just too many distractions. You know, like I think NBA YoungBoy's in his 20s, right? I'm 41 years old, man. I can care less about that stuff, man. Like that stuff is not important at all. Like it ain't nothing you can do to make me care about those type of conversations. You know? And people try to have those conversations with me, and I don't have nothing to talk. I don't have no new information, or I don't care. They think I'm bitter because you know what I'm saying. I don't want to discuss those meaningless conversations, man. That's the time we're living in, though.
See, that's the thing. The Americans, y'all stressed out and bitter. They think that they not. That's what I'm saying. Right.
They really are. They really acting like they living their best life, but they really didn't. You know?
And see, that's the purpose of the thing. All those emotions, all those distractions. And you will be faced to deal with reality. That's why I said, remember the whole about the other side. All the evil days shall not. You feel the evil days, but the evils are going to increase.
It's gonna get worse and worse.
Yeah.
Like you might be saying, I think we're already there. I said, no. There's some time coming, you wouldn't dare be walking around. You know? Oh. Nick, oh, you gotta go. Second inches, I already got it. Let me get it in.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, extra.
Okay, this is Second Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 21. And it reads, Behold, victual shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Again, people can do this, do that, they can fight this, do that. They think themselves to be in a good case. Now see, we got eyes to see. We can see the mindsets, you know, the mental health of the people. We see that decline. So that's just another sign or another token that we at the end. Right up there with wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, signs in the sun, moon, stars in heaven. The Lord also spoke about the distress of nations. The nations being stressed out.
Yep. And for that confusion, just imagine if Trump mobilized the military in all 50 states and there ain't no internet. You know what I'm saying? They rolling out the MOT to the beat and it ain't no internet, ain't no TV to see what's going on. People gonna be like, what the hell going on? Like, what all these military doing out here? Because, you know, when they rolled it out, what was the first state? DC. They rolled it out in DC and you can see it on the news, you can see it on social media outlets and stuff like that. Just imagine once you can't have the comfortability of your iPhone to keep up with the little information that they want you to know. You know, people gonna be stressed out, man.
And they can't go buy no weed.
I seen an article Yasha Woman had posted where soon people who on Amazon Prime, you won't even be able to order nothing outside of your area code.
Dang.
Your zip code.
Dang.
Your package gotta come from somewhere else, you can't get there.
Dang.
They can squeeze this place, man.
And that's what it's all about. And the Lord spoke about the distress of nations.
You'll own nothing and be happy.
Yep. It's another sign that we at the end.
Yep.
So yeah, the Lord is really tricking you for the people to think they're in a good case. Things continue as it was the day before. Really not. after that, it said to continue your day to day, but in a state of bitterness. So again, people was doing all of that stuff as they was, last year, 5, 10, 20, 50, even 100 years ago. But they doing it in a state of bitterness. Another word for bitterness is unpleasantness. And it said what? That in the evil days, life will not be pleasant anymore. Showing that we in them days. But again, life no longer being pleasant, people being bitter, people being stressed out, again, that's a sign that it's token, like wars and rumors of earthquakes in diverse places. And that means we right there. And the scripture really go heavy into that. People being stressed out, upset, and that's a part of prophecy that's overlooked. Even a Christian, they can quote wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. But again, the Lord spoke about the distressing places.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
See that? It says the earth language. It says the haughty people of the earth. It says they language. Now, when you look at this word language, this word language, it says to be weak. People becoming weak in mind and in spirit.
Ooh, you ain't got no faith in Jacob's trouble. Man, you toilet paper.
Yep.
You through. Because the Lord's going to turn the temperature up on the earth.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough, man. Backs against the wall and all. Like everybody finna be, man, it's about to be that one-on-one. Like where your faith at in this time, man? It's easy to say you got faith right now when you can go to work. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say that you got faith, you know what I'm saying, when your bills are paid, your refrigerator full, your kids not sick.
Something in the store.
There's something in the store. Of course, there's something in the store.
You just know it's there before you
know
get
it's there.
And the day's coming.
Yes.
You're gonna go past the store like, I hope something in there.
You gonna drive up to the store thinking like, is it safe for me to get out?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, just think about somebody got enough money to buy, say $300 worth of groceries, and you got 7 people who ain't got nothing in their refrigerator. They got their kids at the crib on an empty stomach crying. And you through. Like, but ultimately you through because you're all about $10 out you through. Not because you had some money to get something and somebody gonna do something to you. Hey man, it's just gonna happen in a blink of an eye, man. One day you gonna be telling people about what you bought and from the grocery store. The next thing you know, you're gonna be like, hey man, I ain't had nothing to eat in a couple days, man. That's when your faith gonna have to stand strong. That goes for us in its truth as well. So that's why we pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushai extends the mercy upon us. Ain't nothing we can do. We ain't did nothing. We can't do nothing. And we ain't gonna do nothing that's gonna bring us our salvation. It's all because of that mercy, man. We need Yahweh Shem Yahushai every day, even more in the times that we coming into. This place about to be backs against the wall. And don't forget, our family's gonna turn on each other. Whenever we talk about Jacob's trouble, most people get in the mindset like it's gonna be hell on earth, hell outside your house. Well, hey man, it's gonna start inside the crib too. But hey, this is the time that we know that we coming into. And these are the times that we've been praying for. We want to see the fall of our enemies. No matter what Christ got to contain.
Language, it says to be weak, it says to be sick. And people more sick than they ever been. You're not just talking about physically, but mentally as well. And people mentally sick out here. It says to mourn. Let's look up this word to mourn. did say the earth mourns, the earth languish, similar words. But let's look at this word some more. It says to grieve. It says to weep, to shed tears over. It says misery. So these are the days people grieve. And it's just becoming a normal thing to grieve all out on camera.
People don't start grieving to their first place.
Yep.
Then you got those who grieve because, you know, hey man, blink of an eye, judge because of, you know, old boy, Kurt, he know that, when he ate his cheese Danish for breakfast that morning, that was his last one. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that the last, insult that he heard at, you know what I'm saying, so-called blacks and Mexicans was gonna be the last time he can insult them. Guess what? What has happened? What has that shown you? That America is weak, man. This place is weak. Weak as hell.
That's like when you get in the NLT, it reads the earth mourns and dries up. Frost wastes away in winter. It says even the greatest people on earth waste away. So even the people who call themselves the greatest people, they mourn in Lakers. How many videos have we seen the Edomites talk about they can't pay their bills, they gonna crash out, they pissed off, upset, they don't know what they gonna do.
Yeah, Edomite crying because the old boy got shot.
Yeah, they turn all red.
He literally was turning red, though. Like, seriously, he was red.
Yeah.
Man, I love you, man.
You gotta be the next president, man.
Man,
That's how Esau was weeping when he lost the blessing. And he wept bitterly.
Just think about how they gonna be weeping when they find out, when they try to fight Yahweh shot. They realize, man, they ain't nothing but men. They ain't nothing but men. Hellfire. They release hellfire on chariots. No scratches.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that. They said nothing survives a hellfire missile.
Right.
It bounced off the missile. It bounced off the chariot. Chariot kept moving.
Right.
That's the thing too. It bounced off. Usually a missile, it made contact with anything. It's supposed to explode on impact.
Right.
So how did it hit the UFO
Bounce off.
without exploding?
You say that they say that nothing can survive hellfire. What they should have said, nothing can survive hellfire that was made on Earth.
Right.
Them chariots is manufactured in the heavens.
Right.
Them chariots been around before Esau could have thought of what hellfire is. You know?
Yeah.
So I laughed at all that. All this stuff ain't nothing but it's like watching the old Ted Bundy. You know what I'm saying? It's comical to me.
Yeah, man, the earth language, people weep, sick, they grieving, crying, shedding tears, weeping, mourning, and that's all the part of the process. It ain't just no random coincidence.
Right.
It ain't just this is the way the world is right now. No, this is the way the world is going to be according to Scripture. So yeah, you will do your day to day as you did 5, 10, 20, 50 years ago, but you're going to do it in a bitter state of mind. Okay.
All right, next precept, this is coming from the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
See, they walked in great pride. And what do Isaiah 24 say? Y'all haughty people ain't. What it say in the NLT? The greatest people on earth ain't. That's for America. Ain't this the #1 country in the world? But even the greatest people on earth, even their neighbors. You see, that's the thing with you damn Americans. They say this is the greatest country on the planet. But then they complain about not being able to pay their bills. Not making enough money.
But this is the greatest place on earth, man.
But you got the nerve to say this is the greatest place on earth.
Then you get here and realize this is a damn nightmare.
Yeah. But that's why so many great miseries are coming. That's all according to prophecy. So you're not being able to feed your children, pay your bills, work 4 jobs, still not get enough. That's all according to prophecy. Yeah. Life is not supposed to be blessed until you're here at the end. You know, the people being sick, whether it's mentally, physically. I was sick the past couple of days. And not really just allergies. Everybody allergies messing up. Why? Because we're here at the end. Yeah, but we're going to go more Isaiah 24 before we end it off. Isaiah, Isaiah 24, starting at verse 5. Oh, my dear, that is right there. My bad. You have Proverbs, yeah. In fact, it's up to you.
Proverbs 29 and verse 2.
Yeah.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When we read, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
That's why great misery is coming. That's why the earth, home for people to do labor. That's why, in the last days, the earth being kept in store, you increasing in riches, you still working as days before, as generations before, but you're doing it in a bitter state of mind. Stressed out, your mental health is declining, the quality of life is decreasing, life is no longer pleasant, because the wicked bear rule, the wicked is in power. Job 19:24 says, earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
I saw some videos Joshua Wamba had posted how people are getting up and going to work every day, paying bills every day, dropping off the kids, pushing. This is hell. You know what I'm saying? Although they still going throughout that day to day, it's hell because these people are so miserable. You know what I'm saying? You just leave the video and the Edomite was like, missiles, hit me. Just hit me. Come directly to me. You know what I'm saying? They rather die to continue to live in this hell.
Yeah.
Hey, but man, you ain't seen nothing yet, man. That's crazy for the Edomites who hate this place. They feel like they're living in hell. Just imagine when they go home. Yeah. You can't stay in here
And you at the top,
and you at the top. Oh, man.
they ain't gonna know what to do in the kingdom when they at the bottom.
Because to the elite, money ain't the same to us because they print it. You know what I'm saying? They the ones printing that money. But to the elites, man, to have to do stone hard spiritual biblical labor, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, I can't wait. Lord willing, we're a part of that number. You know what I'm saying? That make it on the chariot, on the first go around. All we can do is just continue to push and give praise to y'all by seeing y'all side for this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So why do y'all by seeing y'all side?
Yeah, so the wicked red rule, the wicked will have the earth in a bad condition for the destruction.
Yep.
So people doing bad all of a sudden, they complaining, they're struggling, that's not by mistake. That's all happened according to prophecy.
Right. No coincidence.
Once again, misery, hey, that's talking in the sign, like earthquakes and boom. Now we gonna show more of this right here.
Right? This is the book of covenant.
So yeah, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. The earth is polluted, destroyed. The way of life, how life is supposed to be lived, is completely destroyed under the inhabitants thereof, under the hand of the wicked. So under the wicked, Esau, even the white man, hey, the earth is destroyed, the people are destroyed, everything's out of whack. Everything's out of order. Why? They're the people's land. That's the problem. Now the Lord like to give you the solution to the earth being defiled. And we look at the word earth, it speaks about the earth itself and the inhabitants of the earth. So the earth and the people alike, everything's destroyed. That's why everybody's miserable and bitter. That's the problem. Verse 6 is the solution.
Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
So the earth is defiled, people bitter, people stressed out, quality of life is decreasing, life is no longer pleasant under the hand of the wicked. So what's the solution? Well, the curse is going to devour the earth. And what it say? The inhabitants of the earth are going to be burned. So the curse, the cure to the misery of the people is going to be that nuclear fire. So it's a spirit. When people say, this will keep me, one Edomite said, you know, as Iran is going to nuke us, he said nuke us in the morning before we go to work. He said, what's the point of working the whole day to get nuked at home?
Right.
They said nuke us before we get the damn day started. So that's the spirit, because that's exactly how it's going to be. The Lord's going to bring an end to the misery of the people through fire.
It's like in the world, you're gonna fire me, man. Fire me before I start work. Don't
Right.
have me work the whole day.
Right. So yeah, the Lord just going to do just that. He's going to bring an end to all of the misery by fire. But now, we're about to read, he's going to give you the build up to that curse, which is fire devouring the earth.
Verse 6, the new wine morning, the fine language, all the merry-hearted new sigh.
What does it mean to be married? To be happy. In the NLT, it reads the merrymakers sigh and mourn. You know, mourn means to cry out, to be miserable, to suffer, to grieve. So people used to be a happy people. They used to be good. They used to be pleasant people to be around. You used to enjoy being around these people. Well, you're not going to enjoy being around them no more. It's not going to be pleasant to be around them no more. So the people are changing.
Verse 8, the mirth of taverns ceased, the noise of them that rejoice ended, the joy of the sharp ceased.
So yeah, them that rejoice in it. The sign of rejoicing. Kids hollering, laughing, women laughing, music in the distance, child support. You know, you hear a grill or a birthday party going on, which in the NLT reads the cheerful sound of tambourines and steel. There ain't gonna be no music. The happy cries of celebration are heard no more. You know, people not celebrating like they used to be. They can't afford it. Or they're not even in the mind to want to celebrate. People rather be alone.
All right, verse 9. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
Yep, and gone are the joys of wine and salt. You know, if you want to turn on some music, have you a little drink, do a little dance. What it say, strong drink will be good to them that drink. NLT, it reads alcoholic drink turns bitter in the mouth. So now you're not drinking because of a good day or drinking to enjoy yourself. Now, as you drinking, you're drinking out of bitterness. Yeah, so yeah. things do continue as the generations before us. 5, 10, 20, 10, 50 years ago. Working, stocking up riches, and you still bring all these things you've done before. Now you're doing it out of bitterness. You're doing it with your stress level through the roof. You're doing it unsure how you're going to make it through the day, let alone next week. Beyond that, next month. But again, the cure is going to be that fire.
Verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in.
You see that? NLT reads, every homeless lot should keep out of truth. Hey, not only that, doors will be locked. Because people ain't going to leave the house anyway.
Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the street. All joy is darkened and earth, the land is gone.
That all joy is darkened. That's something right now. Anybody looking forward to your vacation or boat, family vacation, holidays? Let's see how these holidays be. Because you know, Black Friday being whack, Thanksgiving, Christmas being whack, holidays are drying up.
Right, you got holidays coming by and you don't even know what they are.
Let's see how the holidays be with the new tariffs. You know, that's why I said all joy is darkened, the mirth, meaning the happiness in the land is gone. NLT it reads, joy has turned into gloom, gladness is vanished from the land. These are all days. It's just not describing life in America right now. These are supposed to be before the destruction. People think that, you know, we need a better president, a new government, a new way of doing things so that, you know, Americans get back on their feet. No, the answer to all of this misery is fire. Now if you went into, you know, the misery, with the gladness leaving the land, no more joy, no more sounds of happiness. Now verse 12, I have to give you what comes after all of that. What comes after these miserable days that we live now.
Verse 12, and the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction.
That's that with their destruction. So, he gave you the misery of people, they gave you the solution. It went more in depth into the misery than it tells you how it's going to end up. With desolation and destruction. So, and that's why I never takes you until Esau to rejoice. Live it up now. You think it's miserable, but even in this state of misery and bitterness, live it up now. Yeah, still live it up. Because the end of all of this will be desolation and destruction.
While the getting is good.
Yeah, because you can still get it for now. You still got white privilege. Make use of it. But yeah, that's 2 Peter 3 and 7. The earth now kept in store to the day of judgment, kept in store. You know, people were rich, but people would do as they have been doing day to day as the generations before us. So yeah, life will continue as normal because the Lord is ultimately preserving this place for the fire. But the things you've been doing, in a bitter state of mind. You stress the hell out while doing it according to prophecy. Because the Lord said people will be in great misery for the destruction. So seeing the people in great misery, that means the only thing that's coming after this is the destruction. Solomon, Rebecca O'Fear, Solomon
Shalom.